Hi everyone, welcome to South Florida. Today is October 3rd of 2016. It is Monday, and we're getting regular reports on Hurricane Matthew. And right now, Matthew is getting ready to hit Jamaica and the west side of Haiti. And I tell you, those poor people in Haiti, they've been through so much, and I pray that they're going to be okay. Um, I want to talk about being prepared for, a probable hit to the United States. Now, I'm a Hurricane Andrew survivor. Um, I saw the devastation that a hurricane can do to a city, to its people. Um, and it's not something that you want to experience firsthand, because I know a lot of people had the opportunity to leave during Hurricane Andrew, but they decided to stay because they just wanted that little notch on their belt to experience a hurricane. I think they would have um, second doubts now that they lived through it. I know that I didn't want to stay. I had two small children at the time, but I also had a mother who didn't want to leave. And I can't tell you the reasons why. All I know is I could not leave her behind. So we did what we could to protect ourselves. But I'll tell you, I will never, ever, ever stay for a hurricane that's a category 3 and above. Never. Hurricane Andrew, we were told it was a category 4, but when all the damages were reassessed, they reclassified it to a category 5. Now, at the time when Hurricane Andrew was coming in as a category 4, they had these gauges down in Homestead, which is about, I want to say, Homestead is about 10 miles from me. And those wind gauges broke, at the high end of the wind scale. And I want to say it was like 155 miles per hour, and the wind gauges broke. I mean, it just completely flew off the roof. So they really couldn't gauge how strong the hurricane was because the gauge was gone. So it was reclassified as a category 5. Now, I know there's a lot of models out there that are saying that Hurricane Matthew is not going to hit us directly. I still live in Miami. I don't live in the same neighborhood. I actually live about 5 miles down. And this house is a cinder block. It's solid. It survived Hurricane Andrew. This house survived Hurricane Andrew. The only thing that they had to replace was the roof. So it tells you a lot about this house. Nonetheless, if this hurricane was a category 3 and above, I'd be leaving. But here's the thing. Right now, they're thinking that it's probably going to be a category 2 when it strikes us, but nobody knows. They also thought, several days ago that it was going to go more towards the east instead of kind of, tilting towards the west. It looks right now that we're going to be getting quite a bit of rain, and some of the outer bands of the hurricane, the winds. I would leave, except that being that this house survived, we now have hurricane windows. We also have hurricane shutters, so if I didn't want to see what was going on outside, I could put the shutters on, because you really don't want to see what's going on outside. We took a lot of precaution in bringing down the trees that might come down, so we took those precautions. We also filled up 3 6-gallon gasoline cans full of gasoline. So we have about 18. I think we have about 3 more in another one in the garage. But anyways, we have probably 22 gallons of gasoline for the generators. We have 4 generators. One is not ours, it's my son's. So yeah, that little boy in Hurricane Andrew is now living on his own, and we have his generator. So I'm sure he'll be taking that. So we basically have 3 generators to work off of whatever we need to run in the house. We've also stocked up on water. We have batteries, we have lanterns. We have actually a portable AC unit that in case, we couldn't run the big AC unit because it does get pretty hot here, especially after hurricanes, like everything gets sucked out and we get a lot of heat, a lot of humidity. So we're ready in that aspect. I just want to say to the people out there that are probably in the same boat as we are, now's the time. Now is the time to prepare, not watching the TV and thinking, holy moly, I only have 48 hours before it hits. That's not the time to prepare. If you're taking any type of medication, make sure that you have plenty of medication. If you have pets, make sure that you have enough food. I would say up to a month. I just went out today and I got some more bird food. I have a bird. I have 2 cats. I have plenty of food for the cats. I bought extra litter for the cat box. You don't want to be caught where you're waiting for a store to open or you're waiting to get electricity to be able to take care of your animals. Animals are important. I mean, they don't know to go out on their own and get the stuff. So, take care of your animals too. Medication. Make sure you have enough medication. I would say for up to 30 days. I know a lot of you are probably receiving medication on a monthly basis through mail order, and that's not, but talk to your pharmacist and see if, you can find a way to get more supply. Try not to stock your fridge of perishables because if you lose power, you lose the food, right? So try not to stock up on perishables. Have a first aid kit. I can't tell you how many times I cut myself after Hurricane Andrew. Thankfully, we did have a first aid kit on hand. This may sound trivial, but paper towels, oh my gosh, toilet paper. Have plenty of toilet paper on hand. Ladies, have plenty of your supplies. You know what I'm talking about, okay? Because, when nobody is open and nobody has what you need, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you have a friend that stocked up more than you did. Have plenty of tarps. If you spring a leak, you want to be able to cover your roof to prevent any further damage from water coming in until the insurance company can come out and they see what damage you have, and then they write you a check. It could be up to 2 weeks before they show up. In our case, in Hurricane Andrew, it took them almost a month before they showed up. Also, make sure that you have cash on hand because some ATMs may not be, operating. So have some cash on hand. Put away all your outdoor things that can fly around, your outdoor furniture, put it all away. If you have to put it in your house, put it in your house. If you have to put it in the garage, put it in the garage. Okay, don't leave it out there because if it doesn't do damage to your house because it's flying around with the wind, it's going to do damage to a neighbor's house. Okay. This may seem kind of late, but make sure your tetanus shots are up to date because if there's a lot of damage on the ground and you step on a nail, you know what happens. So, make sure your tetanus shots are up to date. At least a gallon of water per person in your house per day. I know it may seem a lot, but, I would say have up to 2 weeks of water. flashlights, a cranking radio, because you want to make sure that you can listen to the weather during the storm. Believe me, you're not going to have satellite. You're not going to have Comcast. Those two are just going to be out. So don't think because you don't have a satellite dish that you're going to be able to receive. No, you won't be able to. So a radio is essential. Okay, have a radio handy. We're very fortunate this time that I'm going to talk about the cars. Make sure you gas them up. Make sure that if you're close to having an oil change, get that oil change, because again, you don't know when you'll be able to. Okay. Propane tanks. Make sure you have some propane tanks filled, because if you just have a barbecue and you need to cook, you're going to need those propane tanks. If you have a garage, I would recommend you to store your vehicles in the garage, because it's very, you're going to need some transportation, and if your windshield is broken and if your car is just full of water, it's going to damage the electronics. Nowadays, you have much more electronics than we did in '92. So those are going to be gone, and your car might not be able to function. So put your car in the garage. I'm going to put my cars in the garage. I'm very fortunate this time around. We decided to buy a house with a garage, and so we're going to put our cars in the garage. During Hurricane Andrew, we lost both vehicles. Both vehicles were just totaled. Those flying debris just killed it. So we're making sure that we're covered. I mentioned tarps, plenty of rope. You need to be able to tie those tarps off. So get yourself some stakes too, those tent stakes, because when you put the tarp over your house, you want to be able to, stake it into the ground so it stays put. No, you're not going to be covering your whole house, including the windows. You're going to get a string, the rope, put it around the eyelet, and then tie it down with the stake like you would a tent. Okay. So have all that ready. If you want to leave, now's the time to leave. I don't want to tell you, wait and see, if you feel you have to leave. Okay. Also, you may have older loved ones. My mom lives with me now. Take care of your loved ones. Make sure that they're safe. Make sure that they have plenty of food and their medications and stuff for their pets and, things like that. I know it's double duty, but you know what? When we get to be as old, if we're fortunate to get to be as old as they are, we'll hopefully set a good example for our children to take care of us, right? Okay, it's all about setting examples. I want to wish everybody out there safe, hunker down, prepare yourself. Don't leave anything to chance. This is not a storm to say, oh, it won't ever hit us, or it's going to be a Category 2. We don't know that. And they said that about Andrew, that it will never hit us. Oh, no, we've been 25 years with no hurricane. We're immune. We got the hurricane vaccine. Guess what? Never underestimate the power of Mother Nature. Okay? So with that being said, be safe. Get your supplies ready. Now's the time to be ready. Get ready. Don't wait. Okay? And God bless everybody. God bless the United States of America. Right. We're the best. Okay. Talk to you soon. Bye.